Therefore, verse 3, now, O Lord, please take my life from me, for it is better for me to die than to live. That's his analysis of the situation. And so God says, Jonah, do you do well to be angry? What do we do with this guy?
God is so gentle through this space.
Yes.
And we'll talk about a little later how I think I have always read the book of Jonah and focused on Jonah. I think God's the star of this book.
Yeah.
But just this response here, and I think it's so easy for us to be like, Jonah, what? Like you almost died. You got ate by a freaking fish for 3 days. God saves you from that. You go to Nineveh, you do your message, and then God saves them, which is apparently what you tell us you were expecting. But like, if that's what you were expecting, and then finally God got in your head and you agreed to go, then why did your expectations change? And then just the power of hate.
Wow.
Is what comes across here.
Yes.
Like that. I mean, and we didn't spend a lot of time on this, and we don't have to, but like Nineveh,
they're bad people.
They're bad people, but they're like bad people specifically against Jonah and his people.
Yes. And who knows what Jonah had actually experienced.
Yeah, there's a lot of different. I mean, the Jewish people have run up against a lot of different enemies throughout their time. And so think about any of them that you're aware of. And it's like Jonah going to them and then them being saved. And so like it's a lot. And so like as America, I don't know that we've had enemies like this.
Well, this would be like Osama bin Laden getting saved.
Similar.
And becoming an evangelist. His whole group.
I think Nineveh was even a bigger deal to Jonah and his people than even Osama bin Laden was to us. But it's like going there and then saving those people. And like, how do you feel about that? And it's very easy for us as Christians to know how we are supposed to feel about that. Jonah knew how he was supposed to feel about that. Like, what's the right answer, the Sunday school answer? And that's what I think we all sit here and apply Sunday school answers to Jonah and think, Jonah, why would you do that? And I think a lot of us would respond in a very similar way when we saw God actually execute the salvation of our enemies.
Right. And on the one hand, it's every evangelist's dream, okay? To go send me to the hardest place. Let me just speak a clear gospel message and everybody gets saved. That's kind of what we dream about. Every evangelist except Jonah. Because he's like, no, this is wrong. This is evil. Don't do it. Don't save him.
When you think he got a little excited, because again, the message was not Jesus saves, Jesus loves you.
The message was you got 40 days and I'm coming for you.
You're done. God's going to kill you. And then I think he delivers it. And then he gets to go sit up on his perch. And you think part of him was like, maybe I had God wrong. Like, maybe I'm about to see a fireworks show and this will be great. And I think he allowed himself to get kind of excited to what he was looking forward to.
Right.
And then when God saved him, it was like this letdown to him. But, we don't have to look at it at the national scale. Like, we tried to apply it Jewish nation to America, but really it's like we have quote unquote enemies, people that we don't dislike, people that we're in competition with, people that we just don't get along with.
Right.
When we look even within our borders, like folks that are anti-God, anti-Jesus, anti a lot of things that we stand for, and we can set them on these enemy pedestals. And what does it look like for God to move in them, and would we be on board with that?
Well, and what do our prayers for them sound like when we do pray for them? Are we praying for their salvation, or are we praying for lightning bolts and ashes and Lord, take care of them?
Yep.
How many of those Lord, take care of them prayers have we prayed when we didn't mean, oh Lord, graciously save them.
Yeah, I would love to see them
Get
in
them
my
out of
church
the
next
way.
week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
so I think we give Jonah a hard time, and it's an earned hard time when we read through this. But I think the challenge to us is to not just see what should Jonah have done or why did he respond this way, but how do we make sure that we don't respond in the same way that Jonah does in these scenarios?
And that's good. And, you know, it's so interesting. Again, Jonah's not complaining about the Ninevites. You would expect him to give us a list here in verse 2 of all the bad things they'd done. But instead, his issue is with God. God, not your grace for my enemies. God, not your mercy. God, not your patience. Just finish them off. I'm up here watching. Just zap them right now. Not your steadfast love, because they don't deserve it. Not relenting from this disaster. No, Lord, you said 40 days and you're going to destroy them. Do it. Don't wait for 40 days either. Do it now. And then I'd rather die than see you save my enemies.
You can see Jonah's a drama queen here. Like,
he is a drama queen. Yes.
Come on, like the way he reacts early on, right? And to go run and all this, and then now this episode is like, kill me now. It's like, you just prayed for God to save you. Why? Like,
right, 2 chapters ago,
now it's
asking for rescue. Now,
yeah, like but that's human. That's human nature.
It's very human.
We're all very dramatic when it comes to our own desires and what we think this world should look like.
Well, and it's so amazing. Again, 2 chapters ago, friends, in case you missed it, in chapter 2, Jonah experiences the grace of God. He experienced the mercy of God. God has been very patient with Jonah. He has demonstrated and shown Jonah his steadfast love. He relented from disaster when he sent a fish to scoop Jonah off the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. Jonah thanked God and declared, salvation is from the Lord. I'm gonna do the thing he told me to do. Here I go to Nineveh. And then he goes, he delivers the message. And even just walking through Nineveh with the Assyrians around him, and just had to intensify his hatred and evil, and reminding him of who they were and everything they'd done. And God saves them, and it's just wrong. Why did you do that, God?
But at our core, that's always our issue. We throw a lot of smoke in different directions to distract like what we're upset about, but at our core, when we're upset, we're always upset with God.
Yes.
It's how we don't think God handled something correctly. Whether someone got something that we didn't think they should get, or someone didn't get something that we thought they should get. It doesn't have to be ourselves, but a lot of times it's us. We think we deserve better, and that our enemies are those people that got something better than us, or it's not fair. Life's not fair. So much of that. But at the end of the day, it's like what our issue is really with God and how we think he should be running things.
Right. Yeah. And it's just sad. And so